should shut up.
You probably should. You probably should. Oh, we're live. We're live. All right. What a deal.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay. Damn, that was a. Thanks for the excitement, Adam.
Oh, hey, Adam. Did what's his name? Charles? Was it Charles called me yesterday? Did Charles get a hold of you?
I don't know, Charles. Tell Chuck he didn't get the right person.
Hang on a minute.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode episode 39 of the Road Dog Coffee Podcast. This is JR show. We're all just here for moral support.
Yeah.
So,
JR,
Show
your chest off right now.
Hey, Adam, did Christopher Ballard get a hold of you yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
that is a long way away from fucking Charles.
I know. But I had been talking on and off all day yesterday with this guy Charles about a load.
Alzheimer's, man.
God damn, JR got dementia. He get in that truck, he loses his mind.
And gains weight.
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all already know what to expect. This is going to be an hour of this, so we're gonna run some intro stuff here. Go fill your cup up real quick. We'll see y'all back here in a moment.
So
It's crack-a-lacking.
nice, warm, muggy Thursday morning. How's everybody else morning?
Not bad.
Beautiful in Florida.
Good. Mike,
Yeah.
let us know if you want to link, man. I think you said you would come on. Let me know if you want to link, Mike.
Mike Irwin, one on tire.
It's 70 degrees here in Jersey.
Oh, wow. It's, yeah.
Well, I'm glad everybody's talking this morning.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's
Fucking mute JR and that damn.
I
It's beautiful sound, but it's loud.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sound of a freaking air conditioner running overtime to keep him cool.
Probably.
Hey, I'm in Houston, dude. I'm in Houston. That air conditioner is not stopping anytime soon. I promise you.
As it breaks down.
Do that one
Thanks,
more time, Adam.
Thanks.
How did that go?
You're worthless.
Oh man, dude. Fuck.
I resemble that remark, sir.
You do. Very much so.
What's everybody doing today besides working? Anybody got anything exciting
Beating
going
my
on?
brains in, bro. Beating my
Yeah.
brains in. I've got
I
broken
feel
down trucks trying to
Ooh.
and it's broken down trucks on super loads, right? Like it's not something I could just pick another
that's not
dry
good.
van and have it go pick up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Just-
those are the fun loads, man.
Yeah, we got to reorder permits, and that takes days. Like we're behind the 8 ball on the delivery schedule on this thing already, and now here we're broken down.
And you got the text, you got the crane, you got all that kind of good stuff, right?
Well, thankfully it moves under its own power.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
It's a drilling rig, but still, we do have the techs we have to fly in that are gonna work it,
extra
do what
cost.
needs to be done. Yeah,
Where's the load going to?
going to the beautiful city of Nashville.
Really? A drilling rig?
That is a beautiful city.
Booming, man. People didn't even recognize
That's
it.
an understatement.
Wow.
Oh, look, JR got coffee finally.
Yes, he did.
Is it Road Dog?
Did it?
Yes,
did
it is.
help? Did it help? Did it turn your brain on?
No. it did not.
Does your t-shirt say Road Dog Coffee Company?
No, it doesn't.
It says Dog Road Coffee Company.
Dog Road.
don't drink the Road Dog Coffee.
Roadkill
It
coffee.
says Dog Road Coffee Company. That's the one I just started. Sorry, Spencer.
Oh,
You know, Spencer. You should really name one of your coffees Roadkill, the strongest coffee you make.
Definitely.
You
Oh,
ought to
dude.
call
Yes.
it Roadkill.
Yes,
Just
absolutely.
make it
You ought to
make
call
it
it Roadkill.
absolute damn jet fuel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Or Gator. Road
No,
Gator.
no. Roadkill's
Adam
Ah, that
doesn't know what
sucks.
Adam doesn't know what Road Gator is.
Nah, I don't like
I
that.
know what a
That
Road
doesn't
Gator
go.
is.
That doesn't go.
It doesn't. It's a
Road
blown
Gator.
tire.
Yeah, doesn't go. I like Roadkill. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Roadkill's a good one.
Yeah, Roadkill would be good, bro.
Or do a Roadkill branded cigar. Make it a super strong one.
Triple Maduro.
There you go.
That's the only way to get it strong is triple Maduro. Maduro all the way
Awesome
through it.
opium
Over
dark
everything.
blend.
Dark blends.
Yeah, we had a guy. It's really interesting kind of what happened. There was a guy last week that. So
He drinks
are you guys
Sanka.
familiar with like Poshmark and stuff like that?
He drinks Sanka.
Oh, that's good.
He drinks effervescent water.
That was good.
Effervescent water.
And I hadn't heard that term
Oh
ever.
god, that's funny. Yeah, yeah. Put dead armadillos on the back.
There you go. See, this is getting better and better, Spencer.
Yeah.
This is what you need. You need our marketing experience.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, exactly.
I bring up
Mhm.
roadkill and you guys go overboard.
Yep.
Team effort. Team effort.
Yeah, give you an
Just go ahead and sign up for 5% of the company to me.
All kidding aside, though, this long haul is actually pretty damn good.
I'm drinking it right now. It is pretty good.
It's pretty good. I have to go sparingly now because I only brought a pound with me, and I'm about out. Luckily, I'll be through the house tonight, and I can pick up another.
Hey, JR, you just figured out your problem. You bought a pound a day. You've been on the road for 10 days. That's 10 pounds. Now you know
No,
what
I
you
don't
will do.
drink it. Now, if it was winter, it would be a pound a day. But summer, it's like a cup, maybe 2 cups a day, maybe 2 cups. And
Yeah.
I guarantee you, this is a 1 cup day because I'm in Houston. It is hot and muggy, and it sucks here.
Yeah.
Texas is known for heat. That's for sure.
I'm gonna make it better though because I'm going into the chrome shop at 9 o'clock. It's bumper day. Time to put a new bumper on my truck.
Why? So you can tear it off?
No, I don't. No, I don't tear it off. No, I leave that. I left that to Ron to do.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a novice behind the wheel.
Yeah, Ron's a novice, all right. 39 years before, and then he retired. It was just, and it was his first accident. It was his very first accident.
Really?
Yeah, he had never had an accident before.
That's a pretty good run for 39 years.
Yeah, and his first one, it was his fault. That's what sucks.
Oh, that blows.
Yeah, and he was in Houston when it happened. He was going up north on 45, and a Yukon slammed on its brakes in front of him, and he couldn't get. He wasn't doing but 45, and he was heavy. There was
Yeah,
just no way.
it's gonna be a long time before he stops, man, at 45 miles an hour. That's
Yeah, and he stamped Kenworth in the back of that deadgum Tahoe, and the Tahoe stamped Chevrolet in a Volkswagen, and the Volkswagen stamped Volkswagen in a Hyundai. It was a pretty solid hit.
But he was okay, right?
Oh yeah. Luckily, everybody was okay. Everybody, nobody got hurt.
That's the most important thing.
Right. The only thing that got hurt was all the wrinkled up metal. That was it. And other than the bumper, thank God, it didn't tear up the truck. So.
Yeah, that's minimal damage for the truck, but maximum damage for the vehicles he hit, though.
Yeah, totaled the Yukon.
Jesus.
JR, if everybody kind of look at JR, he's kind of like kicked back on his bed, got the quilt back there, he got the diamond cut pattern, padding back there.
He's got
He
the
looks like
disco
he
ball
looks
hanging.
he looks like a sheik in like a castle, like one of them sheiks. He needs like a hookah sitting beside of him,
Yeah, that's it. And
smoking on a hookah.
This is a couch.
well, that's why he
It's
goes
not a
off
bed.
camera every once in a while.
Kick at him. Jeff
Yeah.
Sheik.
Yeah. I'd sure feel more chic if I was at home in my office chair instead of out here in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Another week. Well, let's see. Be a week and 2 days that I got out here. So
Adam looks like he's very, very busy, or pretending.
I know I am very, very busy.
he's busy
This
playing Candy
so-
Crush.
this carrier that broke down is like, I got my buddy. He's gonna go pick it up, and I'm looking up, and I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
So you got power units that's close by to pick that rig up there with that one broken down, Adam?
I don't know. That's what I'm working on. Always something, man. This
That's
job,
logistics, dude.
it is.
It's a blindsided industry. You don't know what shit's going to hit the fan, but you damn well know it's going to hit the fan at some point.
Never fails,
Never fails.
and it's always on the important stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
It's okay on a Monday, but it sucks on a Friday.
That's what keeps you on your toes, brother.
Always. That's where the practical experience comes into play, where other people panic. We just sit back and go, well, it's just another day in logistics. We'll figure it out. Yep. Too many people take it personally when shit like that happens, man. It eats them up. Can't do it in this business, man. Can't.
Yeah.
So what are you working on, Spencer?
Oh, got lots of phone calls to make today. Got a couple of actually got a couple of cigar lounges in Kentucky that are interested in the cigars and bringing them in. So I think I got to do some follow up there, and just normal stuff, day to day stuff.
Did Matt call you, Spencer?
How many people are you telling to call me?
Not you.
No,
I'm not
Spencer.
talking to you. I'm talking to the real Spencer.
I am the real Spencer.
Oh,
That's right. I'm the
So
second.
the real
I'm the
Spencer
secondary.
stand up.
Not you. The other Spencer.
Matt from
Matt with it's a cigar lounge,
no.
Texas. Okay.
No.
All right. I'll reach back out to him. He's
I mean, he
supposed to
did
call
well.
you.
He didn't leave a message if he did, and if I,
Okay.
so,
All right. I'll reach back out to him.
yeah,
Matter of fact, I'll go by there. I'll go by there on my way north today. So
yeah. There's
I'll
a guy actually. I was getting ready to bring it up earlier, but it's a crazy story how it happened. But last week, have you guys ever heard of Poshmark? The online thing. I put some of the ashtrays on there, the four finger ashtrays, just to kind of get some exposure with them and things, because there's a lot of people that sell cigar paraphernalia on Poshmark, and so I've already sold several. One lady bought it for her husband as a gift and things, but this guy in Colorado went and bought one, and then he sent me a message asking how many more can he buy. And I, shot him a message back saying, hey, just go to roaddogcigar.com, got him there and some other things like that. So he did that. And then he sent me another message saying that he was on his phone and he was having issues with the card at checkout on his phone. So I shot him my email, said, just shoot me an email, your number, I'll call you. So I called him up and I said, well, try it on your computer. So it worked on his computer. So there was something wonky with his phone. Maybe something he was doing, I guess. But anyway, the guy's part of a national cigar club called Holy Smoke. It's a bunch of Christian men that get together and drink, smoke cigars and drink bourbons. And so he went on roaddogcigar.com and ordered like over $200 worth of stuff, like a bunch of cigars, more ashtrays for those guys that were coming in. This actually that happened this past Monday. To showcase and get those guys behind it because they love supporting brands like that. But one of the guys that is part of his group is a trucker and is running for Congress and I think maybe Colorado, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, it's not Colorado. I thought it was.
I don't know his name. I didn't ask him his name, but he was going to expose him to it and stuff, which I thought was pretty good. It was just kind of interesting how it all came together through Poshmark there. So thank you, Poshmark. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. But I can't. I need to call that guy back up and ask him the guy's name. Maybe we'll become the official coffee and cigar brand of the federal government. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah.
Send all the troops cigars.
Yeah.
For each terrorist that you kill, you get a free cigar.
I'll act in the odd part of that conversation, but sure.
Oh no, he's from Illinois. Mike Nowak.
Okay.
That name
Mike
sounds
Nowak.
familiar.
From Illinois.
Nowak?
Oh, I gotta mute you guys. Dale Prax is calling me. I'm important.
Uh-oh. Good luck.
He's calling to tell you that you are no longer validated.
That's right.
He's calling to tell you have an echo on the podcast.
Yeah.
That was great.
Fucking important. We should all call Dale right now and make him have to put JR on hold. Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah, is this Dale? Yeah, I didn't really have anything to talk about. I just wanted to mess with JR.
Yeah.
Hi, Dale. What? You're on an important phone call? Who are you talking to? Oh, JR.
So,
hang up on him.
Let's talk about some news. Hang on a second.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Shit,
what about the news that idiot up in Dearborn, Michigan, that El Said that was wanting to challenge Rodgers in a football game?
I don't know. I didn't hear about that. I don't even know what you're talking
man, that was so stupid. It's that idiot that's running. What's he running for in Michigan? Mayor, not governor. I think mayor of Dearborn or something like that. That El Said guy. Yeah, he's part of the whole DSA thing.
I don't know, bro. I really don't follow much that shit no more. My brain can't handle that fucking stupidity.
It's a lot. So stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty idiotic if you ask me.
Yeah, well, the girl,
Hugh or Young or Home or what else?
Yeah, that girl Wong lost her run. That's a good thing. She got beat. I
try to stay out of politics. I mean, seriously, it's such a sore item because everybody has their opinions, and it's just not good when it comes to business to discuss that kind of stuff.
I agree with that too, bro. I agree with that too.
Yep, it's just that, and I mean. That and religion, as sad as that sounds, I mean,
yeah, that too.
People are just so hell bent on their beliefs and stuff. It's just not worth the conversation. We have enough pressure day to day in logistics without dealing with that kind of stuff. So it's just leave it off the table, man. Just don't even go there. Unless it's brought up. If somebody happens to bring it up, then you get
then you can engage.
Yep. All right, but I will never bring it up. No way.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it will kill deals, man.
JR is just really going. He's just really having a conversation. It's so funny. It looks like he's having a conversation to himself.
Yeah, he's asking him if he could take him off the OOS status and put him in as an approved carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Dale. Listen, it wasn't my fault.
I promise I'm not a scumbag.
I'm really not one.
Well, he's over there telling him, he's like, listen, man, listen, if you just help me out, look, I'll take you out to dinner.
Come to Texas.
He's like, I'll give you a free autographed book, Dale.
Yeah, I got my autograph copy last week.
And Dale's saying, well, it's going to take a lot more than that, JR.
That's right.
He's like, okay, two. Oh, shit.
That's too funny.
Here we are, a bunch of middle-aged ass dudes. They're talking shit like we're in high school detention class.
That's right.
Middle-aged. I'm past that, dude.
It's called the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
That was a good movie.
Oh, man. I'm ready for this week to be over. I don't know why. I just am.
I don't know. It's been
a long fucking. I mean, it ain't been a bad week, dude. It's I
true.
swear to God, I think this is Monday number 18 this week. I swear, It's ridiculous. I feel like this week has gone on.
It feels like a Monday.
It does, bro.
I'm so busy. I can't do the things that I want to do. If that makes any sense, you know.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely quick, and I'm not complaining. Trust me, you know. And believe it or not, a lot of it doesn't even pertain to business. It's just a lot of other things that it's like, wow. But I'm glad that I have the opportunity to do the other things. It's just that sometimes it's hard to organize the whole day and the whole week and the whole month and the whole quarter. You just got to do what you got to do.
So Adam was wanting to talk about some news, but he's gotten sidetracked.
What kind of news do you got?
I don't know. He wanted to talk about something in the news, I guess, that happened. Been kind of quiet on the transportation news this week.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot
I got
going
some
on.
interesting transportation news. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's interesting to me because of the underlying implications, or I won't say implications. It's not the right word.
Pertaining to.
Yeah. So, if y'all saw, it was, I think it came out on Monday. They are doing a historical thing in the DOT or FMCSA as far as making something a regulation, and that is ELP. So from what I say, only like one other time this has been done, and it slaps my memory. Pfft, what the fuck? It slips my memory what the other issue was, but yeah, man, they're taking the ELP mandate or whatever you want to call it, the way they have it titled now, and they're actually putting it in as a regulation. So it will be it'll be an automatic out of service, and even though it is now, but the thing that it is all the states now, as we've seen, they can decide whether they want to adhere to this or not. You know, we don't have to give a person an ELP exam or whatever. We don't have to. But now they make this a regulation, they will. So California, New York, all these other little stupid states that are playing these little, games and crap with people's lives out on the road are now going to have to adhere to it. And I don't know what the punishment will be if they find out they don't. But either way, along with that, they are decreasing the corridor for cross-border carriers to run in. So right now, and I can't remember, I read this story on like Monday or Tuesday, so my memory's a little short on it, but I can't remember what it is now. I think it's, whatever it is, X amount of miles now that they can operate from the U.S.-Mexico border into the U.S. without having to adhere to all of our rules. Like they don't have, they're not subject to the ELP, the non-domicile, none of that type of stuff. CD, like there's just a bunch of stuff that they don't have to worry about because they're operating like that trade zone. That is shrinking by a lot, and so. Here is why I think the implications that I think come from this. A, if we're shrinking that corridor, that means that freight coming from across the border that is on, his Mexican trucks or Canadian trucks, whatever it is, they will only be able to go so far without authority to operate in the United States, which means there could be some opportunities that open up, but also feel like it's possible that could cause some constriction and contraction in the supply chain. You know what I mean? Because now people they'll have to figure out what we're going to do, how we're going to do this, how far can it go? I think it could possibly create like some backlog at the border. Because if you can't go as far as you used to, in my mind, a lot of people are just say, screw it. I just want to drop it as close to the border as I can, just put it in a warehouse, let someone else come pick it up. You know what I mean? And if you've ever been down to the border, most of these warehouses are stay fucking full. You know what I mean? Because it's just constant cross dock. So, Anyway, I feel like there could be some stuff that come to this, and I'm not saying bad things. Just think that there could be some changes in the way that we have to do things, the way that those foreign drivers have to do things, and warehouse space rates may be affected. Blah 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 blah. That's one thing. And after that, we could talk about this fucking monopoly merger that in the rail system that's trying to go on right now, which I'm completely against. Yeah.
We used to have, talking about the border stuff, when we had our office in Laredo, Texas, we did, we had a partnership with a Mexican carrier down there. They would bring it, transload it, because we were contemplating like putting some of our trailers in Mexico, which you got to store all a bunch of extra tires at your yard, stuff like that. But because they get stolen, but we elected not to do that because all of our trailers were like the 53-foot Wabash, Duraplate, fully spec, tire inflation system, pedometer readers, skirts. I mean, they were vents and stuff, but they were really spec'd out. They were like $25,000 a trailer when we bought them brand new. We will buy them in batches of like. I think we bought them at like 20 at a time or something. But anyway, but yeah, we would transload a lot, and you're right. I remember going down the Laredo and the amount of freight. I mean, just let alone the truck stops were crazy full. I mean, oh my God. And the poor sprinter vans are stuck down there forever in Laredo because they hardly ever get any freight out of there. There was ton of those guys just sitting around Laredo and truck stops waiting. But
Peace.
since they're shrinking you're right. It's completely an opportunity for for more warehousing space down there, more transload opportunities and things like that. So somebody could create a business out of it and just do that all day long, which they do now, but they can really juice it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're doing 200,000 loads a year right now, in and out.
Yeah. So anyway, I feel like. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Plus, Landstar has the largest crane, 120-ton crane down there in Laredo that everybody wants to use.
El Jefe. It's named after the second man on the planet.
Really?
Jeff Dickinson.
El Jefe Jefe. El Jefe
right.
Jefe.
So
yeah, we talked about Jeff several times yesterday on my show. I did nothing but talk shit about you though, because he kept giving you compliments, and I couldn't have that.
Well,
oh really?
I want to hear.
I've got to watch that.
Yeah,
I want to hear your opinion, Pedro, on this whole merger thing.
I don't like it, bro. I don't like it. It's going to monopolize part of the rail system.
Tell everybody what it is.
Again, people bear with me. I got a brain injury, so my memory is really messed up. I want to say it's BNSF. No, it's not
Mhm.
BNSF.
J.B.
Union
Hunt.
Pacific and Norfolk Southern.
Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you very much. So they want to create a merger, and their whole thing behind it is, and Adam, I'm going to use the wrong term here because I'm not a rail guy, but the whole thing of it is to make like transitions easier. And there's a fucking specific term they use for this, but it's like, you know, BNSF, and I know that's not who involved in this, but or Norfolk owns this railroad, and then the other person owns these tracks. And when you got stuff that wants to go on someone else's tracks, you got to go through a whole thing and blah 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 blah. They want to do this to where it's supposed to make it easier and to make those switches, and they say it's all kinds of whatever benefits to it for them and supposedly their rail customers. Here's why I'm against it, because it basically it in a sense monopolizes most of the rail system, and I am not an anti-capitalist. Don't ever come at me with that shit. But let me tell you, dude, monopolization is the same thing as it. I hate to get political here.
just like the airline.
It is business communism. That's what it is. That's
It's
exactly
just like
what
the
it
airline
is.
industry. It
Yes.
allows for price controls. It allows
thank you.
for market controls. I absolutely unequivocally disagree with it, and it's just because
I do too.
just because they say crosstowns are difficult. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That is a bullshit
Yeah.
excuse.
And they've
It
already
does not do anything to help customers have better prices.
They even said that in the article. They were saying like this is not going to help the customers at all. It's not going to make things easier for them. It's like they're saying it'll make tracking easier, like all this stuff. But the customers have given feedback and say, no, that's not the way it's going to be. And they're saying that it's supposed to lower rates by a really small percentage. But then as you read further down into their merger, this person found out that only lasts for so long, and then rates start going up. And that's the whole problem with the Bays, man. It's a money grab. It has they've been operating this way for almost 200 years, and now all of a sudden it's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like, give me a break, dude. Give me a break.
So it's not BNSF, it's Norfolk Southern.
Yes.
I mean, and not Union Pacific or Kansas City Rail. It's
No, UPKC is owned by Canadian National now.
right.
Yeah.
CSX, Norfolk Southern,
It's
NSF.
Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern.
UP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah,
So
I'm
then,
just.
so then you have BNSF, UP, and then you have CSX, and that's to have only 3 operating authorities in the entire country to move rail freight. It's not a good thing for price.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
CSX is limited to the East Coast, the Mid Atlantic, and the South. I mean, you get as far over as maybe Chicago, but that's it.
That's
Like Chicago is the end terminus for CSX,
yeah.
and then you have to switch to another carrier.
Kansas. So
You have to go through Global One crosstown.
well, I mean, they own their own track, so I guess I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if it if it goes through or if it passes.
Well, it's going to pass because there's going to be a lot of palms greased and a lot of
Right.
backdoor shit that goes on.
I will tell you this: that the railroad industry they control a lot, man. They are
one of the biggest lobbies out there.
They are more powerful than the trucking industry is.
100%.
I mean,
They are one of the biggest lobbies out there, and
oh yeah,
it's not like somebody can come in and suddenly build 1,000 miles of railroad,
and do it.
right? And
Right.
start your own competitive, like the land acquisition rights and the construction. You're
Mhm.
freaking trillions of dollars into that to build an actual railroad.
So a friend of mine in South Carolina is actually building a railroad spur and putting in the rails and everything like that, but is having to partner with I think it's Norfolk Southern. It's either CSX or Norfolk Southern. It's right outside of I think Columbia, maybe somewhere. Anyway, some land he bought, and there was I think it had an old switch on it or something like that, but having to come in and redo everything and rebuild it to make it functional and work and bring freight through it. But I mean, they're doing it. But yeah, I mean, I remember him saying that one of the stipulations of buying it and doing it is you have to partner with the people that one of the carriers that come through there on the track or something like that. You can't just go and do it like you said. You can't just go and do it and you're operating.
Right.
They've got such a stronghold on that stuff. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Just follow it.
Yeah, there was a few things. There was the rumors of CSX merging with the BNSF, and the Norfolk Southern is
Well, the
trying
shareholders
to
of
merge
CSX
with the UP.
the shareholders of CSX are trying to push for a merger.
Oh yeah,
And that's the other big problem with private equity being invested in all these companies, man. Private equity is a freaking locust. I mean, they only
Yeah.
want one thing, and that is profit returns on their shares.
Yeah.
It's not
They
about the
want to
health
be
of the
in and
country,
out
the
in
health of
6
the
years.
economy, nothing.
In and out in 6 years, and then you got hedge funds that are funding a lot of it behind the scenes too. A lot of that going on. But yeah, I mean, you're right. It's all driven by profits and returns and stuff like that. I mean, it's, you know, and there's nothing wrong with making money, but it just seems like every time you turn on the news or whatever, be it CNBC, Bloomberg, or whatever, it's just all you hear is profit this, profit that, profit this, returns and I mean, like I said, it's great. You got to have it, but it's just like that. That's just the topic. That's just the constant topic these days is profits and profits and profits, and it's just like greed is really growing like at a rampant pace now. It's wild. So I guess I don't know, but didn't JB Hunt do something with BNSF, like some kind of a buyout or something? That was
no,
recent.
no, they got a good
there wasn't a
deal.
they bought BNSF Logistics, which was
That's
the
right, that's
brokerage
right.
arm of BNSF. But
That's right.
JB Hunt has the freaking market cornered on
Absolutely.
BNSF's rail for their box program.
Yep.
And they've had them locked down in a sweetheart contract for what, Jeff?
Long time.
2 decades.
Yeah.
They were one of the first to go intermodal. And
they dominate the ports.
Oh
JB
yeah.
Hunt.
They slaughter the rail. Like, they take up a huge portion of the capacity.
Schneider is another big one too. That
Schneider is another big one.
Yeah, Schneider. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they do. They do take up a large chunk.
Well, the other part during the winter months, especially around Christmas time and the season, is UPS. UPS buys up a lot of that railway over that time, like 80%, if not more, during those times. And there's there used to be some cutoffs where if you had a train that was going into Chicago Global One, that they would sit there until that train was full to move it out to the west. And I mean, you can move a ton of freight 450 miles on a gallon of diesel.
Oh yeah, I mean, trains run really efficiently.
It is cost effective. I mean,
it's very cost effective.
Yeah, months ago, I mean, the rail and OTR were pretty much neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
But as rates went up and started skyrocketing, IMDL was the go-to. The only problem with that is how does it affect your supply chain, because you're adding on extra days, and it really comes down to the turn of inventory and how much that you can keep on hand. Not too good if you're in the automobile industry and you've got a line down situation. You don't want to put that stuff in the rail.
No, that's where companies like us came in, the time critical, the expediters. That's the kind of world we played in.
Yeah, and it's because anything can happen. I mean, a lot of people don't know, but HOS. Hours of service for OTR is also the same for engineers that are on trains. They can only operate for a certain amount of time on that. Right. I mean, during the winter time, you've got couplers that freeze up, airlines, all that kind of stuff, where they're just dead in the water. And I'll just use one example. When I was working for Ford Motor Company, we were pulling some stuff out of Washington going into St. Louis. Freaking train broke down. Right. And I had a line down, So I had to convince them, cost a steak and a bottle of wine, to stop at the nearest ramp, and I had to get a OTR chassis and a power unit to go to this ramp to load up that box and to get it to St. Louis by like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to keep that line moving. I mean, when you hear $10,000 a minute for being down, that's a real number, man.
Yeah, we did a lot of
higher now, but yeah, it's you don't want to.
When did you work for Ford? When was it?
2001.
Years ago.
So do you remember? Does the name
that was a zinger? Well
does the
done.
name Curtis Kitchens ring a bell?
What's that?
Does the name Curtis Kitchens ring a bell?
Kitchen sounds right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bill.
He was
Bill,
the
hop
guy
on the
that
show.
signed all the contracts for Ford on the.
Yeah, thank you, Bill.
That was back in the NLM days, National Logistics. You know, that was off in Joy Road, up in Michigan, outside of in Detroit, whatever. When NLM in their trailer park managed all the expedited freight for GM, Chrysler, Ford, and then Landstar bought them out.
GMSPO account. Yeah. But you know, when you're moving cans, you know, you have to take into consideration the cost of repositioning a lot of those cans into the right area, which is cost effective because it takes up a lot of space on these trains to get them to the right locations, whether it's to a port or wherever.
That's the big reason our company never got into that space, Jeff, was because they were concerned about repoing containers and what the cost was.
Happens all the time, Adam. I mean, it's part of business.
My suggestion was, I said, okay, just target the 3 biggest lanes. Target LA to Memphis, LA to Atlanta, and LA to Chicago, and just run them in those 3 lanes, back and forth.
Yep. But then you've got the chassis problem and the repositioning of chassis, as you well know. I mean, it happens all the time, especially the seasonality. I mean, year over year, decade over decade, it's a problem that's always been out there. And then you have a lot of these chassis that are OOS too. You know, you go in there to pick up a can, and you go to the yard to pick up a chassis, and you got to, lights are out, or there's a frame bent, or
for the most part, the 53-foot chassis pool is maintained very well. The
a little bit better than what it used to be, but still got
not so much. The 20s and 40s suck. And my favorite thing is once you're 25 miles,
tri-axles, yeah.
Once you're 25 miles out of the rail yard, the bad tires fall on you.
Yeah.
So if a tire, they put recaps on there, and if a tire blows at 26 miles, then it's the trucking company's responsibility to replace. I'm like, no.
That's why you got to do the inspections, man.
Because you're putting freaking 50, 60,000 pounds on these things, and I've never been a big fan of a lot of government regulation, but when it comes to DOT and safety, like I think they should put in a ban on recaps on chassis. Like, it shouldn't be allowed.
Oh yeah,
tires
some of this stuff, I mean,
virgin rubber would be better, but
I mean, look at the TEUs that are like 46, 47, 48K triaxles. I mean, short chassis. You've got 12 tires on that baby. If that thing's not rolling right, or the tie downs or bent or whatever, you got a serious freaking problem out there. I mean, you can't. I mean, there's restrictions out there in California on certain roads that you can go on, especially with these triaxles and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got the heavyweight corridor.
Yeah, the heavyweight, right? Exactly. And I mean, have I had problems when I'm still moving balsamic vinegar, in blotter bags, 45K, 46K. I mean, you got to have a tanker endorsement on that. You've got material that swing one side to the other side. Sometimes the containers bow out because it's liquid, and the skin can only take so much. But it's been happening all that time. You got to inspect all that stuff, man. I mean, because there's lives at stake, you know. And I mean, I wasn't going that far. I was going within maybe 28, 30 miles from the port to make the deliveries, but you have to be cognizant. Make sure
Yeah.
that
Can you imagine somebody's Nissan Altima getting covered in 3,000 gallons of balsamic vinegar?
Yeah. That would not be good.
not good. But I
Now
mean,
we could throw some olive oil on it and get some bread
Yeah.
and have a little party.
Get some bread and have a party.
Dipping
Yeah.
party.
yeah, if I had Road Dog coffee in there and you had the beans
I'm
all over it.
gonna stop you right there. The bean profile and Italian bread don't go together.
No,
Stop
it
it.
does not.
No, but I mean, there's just so many things to consider. You know, type
So-
of stuff that you're moving.
Speaking of those containers, I had a friend of mine ask me this years ago, and I kind of forgot about it. But when the ships are out there in the sea hauling these containers, and they're in these storms, and you see these videos of the ships rocking, and like half their freaking load falls off into the ocean. All these
Happens
containers.
all the time.
It's like, they can't retrieve all of it. If you got a container load of
They don't
Full of
retrieve any of it.
all
No,
those
no, they
clothes,
just
they're
wash
at the
up on
bottom
the
of the
shores.
ocean. But I mean,
No, they sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Well, they
Well,
do
you
some
got-
things
well, you got
that'll
the
good.
turtles out
Depending
there
on what it
with swims.
is, I've heard that they will go down and retrieve certain. I mean, it depends on what it is, but it's rare. You're right, but it's just like it makes you wonder how many containers are sitting at the bottom of the ocean and what are in these
Thousands.
containers. It's just
Oh yeah.
Freaking PlayStations.
yeah.
And that's why you pay. You can pay for space. Like, do you want to be,
Oh yeah. You want to be in the
or do you
interior that's
want to be
not going
up
to fall,
above?
or you want to be the exterior?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but not just that, but that's the big thing that I encourage my customers to do is purchase all risk marine insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: if the boat catches fire
Mhm.
while en route,
Yeah.
it goes into a situation called general average.
Mhm.
And what general average does is it takes the value of the vessel, the personnel, and everything on that ship, cargo value wise, and it splits it between every person that has a container or freight on that
That
vessel.
got affected by it. Yeah.
Right.
They got affected by it. So if you don't take out the all risk marine insurance, which is usually like pennies on the dollar
Yeah.
compared to a general average judgment, you could land with a freaking invoice for $500,000 and your cargo was only worth 10,000. And you
Mhm.
were expected to pay it under maritime law.
Yeah, and that comes true that when you have high risk, high value, and you have to buy additional insurance, the same thing. It's pennies on the dollar. A lot of people don't do it, but they should. You're
Right.
moving $1 million load, and you've got maybe 100,000 in liability, maybe $250,000. They ain't going to cover
What I
it.
like about ours, Jeff, is ours supersedes. So
Yes.
as a broker, your insurance claim goes through to the carrier's insurance, right? And then you have to fight with the carrier, and the broker usually steps in as a third party. But you purchase the full value insurance we have, and it supersedes it all. Like,
Yep.
as long as the claim's valid, they're writing you a check for the entire amount.
Just like that.
Yep.
Hmm.
So the squeeze is coming down on carriers, and you saw what Landstar did in since 22, I believe, Adam. They got rid of like 38,000 carriers. 38,000 carriers on that side.
Yeah, the last I heard was 28, but now it's
All
jumped up.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
No worries,
By the way,
Jay.
Dale Prax says hello.
Hello, Dale.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I mean,
just got a call from a broker about. I guess it's probably a stack of container chassis. It's got to go to Omaha, and I took the load. We took the load, and then I was talking, and then they called me, and I had Brett on the phone, and they started reading off all this stuff and about we're responsible for any and all damages, and And it's
Quit
like,
picking
okay,
your toes.
huh?
Are you picking your feet?
No, I got my tennis shoes on. Anyway, they, and I said, now wait a minute. I said, hang on. I said, you need to put on the confirmation that we're not responsible for tires or lights or brakes. Because if this is a railroad load and you blow a tires, a lot of times they'll say that it was your fault that you blew it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, I'm not. You put it on the confirmation, I'm not responsible for any of that, and then I'll go get it. And he's like, well, it's not really my load, I'll have to get. I'm like, I don't care who you got to get hold of.
Right.
I said, put it on the confirmation. Otherwise, I'm not. Otherwise, you can find somebody else to do it.
Yep.
Yep.
Especially after that last fiasco with that last trailer I pulled. I mean, man.
That's I tell customers that we're doing container work for on the front end, hey, we're not responsible for anything wrong with that chassis. If it blows tires en route, we are billing you for it.
Right.
Because it's not fair to saddle a driver with $1,400 when 2 recaps blow.
Right.
Because people insist on shipping 50 and 60,000 pounds in a 20-foot container.
Well, and just like with that van that I ran up to Massachusetts again, I came back and lost 2 tires on it, and the customer was fine with it. She was like, put tires on it, and I'm like, no, you know what? It's empty. I'm just going to single them out, and then whenever I get it down to you can call your tire people and get a better pricing on tires than the truck stop. So I had it singled out, and I came all the way back from, where was it? Ohio, I think is where I had it done.
Right.
And when I got back, she was like, I can't believe you just drug this thing singled out. And I'm like, it's an empty van. I said, the outside tires were good. It was just the inside tires that were bad. And she goes, I still can't believe it. She said, any other time I've had another carrier go get one, they've called me in the middle of the night saying it needs tires. And it's like, come on. I'm like, you won't ever hear from me.
Yeah.
I said, because I work the problem. I don't have to.
JR said, you won't never hear from me because I'll drag that son of a bitch in your yard on rims.
That's it.
Sparking too.
Said, I ain't got time to be calling roadside.
I won't even get out of the truck. I'll just disengage with that trailer.
That's it. He just goes in there.
I'm pressing the button at speed and everything's disconnecting. Have fun.
A drive-by unload.
But here's the funny part is when I pulled up in the yard yesterday down in Devine, Texas, down south of San Antonio. I was looking at this is their kind of their maintenance issue drop yard, and Pedro, you'll know who this is. It's Crum Leasing. We met them at the truck show. Anyway, there was trailers in there that had been topped. There were trailers with just and I called her and I'm like, who are you leasing to? I said, really? I said there were like 15 trailers in there that with issues. And I'm like, who are you leasing to? And she said, well, she's like, we're trying to clean our books up right now, and by the way, I've got more work for you. And I'm like, oh, great. It's like, you sent me to Massachusetts this time. Where the heck are you going to send me next time? But I told her I'm going to go get I'm actually going to go get a day cab of some sort to do her work, just so I don't have to be driving this. I love my truck, but it needs to be out there making money on the road. So I'm gonna go pick up some kind of day cab to do her stuff.
So let's go around real quick. What is like? We can start with Adam because he's the most important. What is? Because I've got a doozy one too that'll kind of blow your mind, but what is the crazy from your years in transportation? What is probably the one single load that sticks out in your mind as the most insane thing you've ever hauled?
Oh, dude.
Like something just stupid, like goofy, like you wouldn't just something crazy.
So
Anything that comes to mind.
years ago, a load of prehistoric ice between universities, hauled it on a reefer and had a ghost reefer running behind it just in case it failed.
Yeah.
So 2 truckloads. One was completely empty. One was loaded with prehistoric ice running between universities.
Wow. Prehistoric ice. So Jeff, do you remember that one? Were you?
He was the one that chopped the ice loose.
Yeah. He was the little guy on the with the cave people. What about you, JR? What's one of the craziest loads you've ever hauled or been involved with? It's just I'm talking about the leisure stuff, like you're scratching your head like, wow, like what the hell?
I actually did a museum move. Actually, I did a couple of them, but I did a museum move for the Naval Museum down in Galveston.
Yeah.
And I picked up. Well, actually, I did 2 different loads for them. One was a boat, a troop carrier boat from D-Day that I picked up in Maine, Upper Maine, that had been used for everything. That one did not pick up at a museum. It picked up at a boatyard that they bought and transported it down there. It was pretty cool. But I think the best one that I ever did was I had 2 deck guns from the USS Intrepid that I picked up and brought down to them also. And that one I got more comments on that than I have any other load I've ever hauled. And I intentionally, whenever I loaded them with one deck gun facing back and one facing forward.
Right.
And the comments I was getting along the way were, I bet you don't have anybody tailgating you.
What about you, Jeff?
To be honest, no, I haven't really done any of that kind of stuff. I mean, electronics, $1 million loads. Yeah. But nothing to the extent what Adam and JR moved, man.
What about you, Pedro?
What was the question, dude? Sorry, I was talking to the VA.
What is one of the, in your years of transportation, private sector, not military, what is one of the craziest shipments that you've been involved in that just kind of left you scratching your head like, can't believe I just hauled that, or like, wow, just kind of one of those off the wall goofy things you'd never think about, I guess.
I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't have any so I don't know. As a driver, it's not off the wall or goofy or anything. It was just, I don't know how to say it. It was fucking cool to me, in my opinion. So when I was a driver, I used to haul a lot of pharma. And that stuff, I mean, dude, armed guards, fucking super lightweight, dude. I mean, 2,000 pounds. It was just really cool stuff, man. Really great things. I mean, total security stuff, total security type thing, and just being involved in it, man, was, I don't know, it was really cool, dude. And you never knew what was in the trailer. That was probably the weirdest thing. We never got a BOL. They never ever handed you BOL. When you would go to the places we would go to pick up, you literally would pull into the facility, you would back into the dock. Only one driver could get out. They were only allowed in a certain room with no fucking windows, and you had to give them all kinds of information, and then you stayed in the truck while they loaded you, and usually took the whole process 15 minutes. Like, they did not bullshit around. But you never got a BOL. It was handed to the two armed escorts that we had, or at the very least one armed escort, and they followed you everywhere. They handed you a walkie-talkie. They told if you wanted to stop to go to the bathroom, they had to approve it, and they would like speed up ahead of you, go check out the rest area or the truck stop or whatever. Like it was crazy, nutty
and
stuff.
one person had to stay in the truck, and those are
Yes.
narcotics or anything with a street value like that. You've got to have that.
So that was pretty cool. As a broker, I don't know, man. It'd take me a while, dude. I've moved a lot of shit as a broker.
Yeah.
You were talking about absurd while he's thinking about that. One of the coolest things I have ever transported is the remains of the CSS Savannah.
Oh,
and then,
wow.
And then the cannons for the Castillo de San Marcos, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
It's the oldest military installation in the United States.
Yeah.
And it's here in St. Augustine.
Yep.
And so I have I work with the National Park Service, and we had a project where we picked them up with a crane off the fort, a crane barge, barged them up the river, loaded them on trucks, sent them to Texas A&M, where they have a group that submerges them in salt water and then electrifies the salt water to shock the corrosion off.
Yeah.
It's a 3-year process. So once we start a project, we'll deliver it, and then 3 years later, we'll pick up. They'll restore them, they'll repaint them, and then we'll pick them back up and take them back to whatever fort they go to.
Right.
Every 3 years.
Pretty cool.
Well, not every 3 years. It's just whatever project. It's a 3-year process. Whatever they're shocking the corrosion off of, it takes 3
Gotcha.
years.
Yeah. Because they got to do it in stages and stuff like that, so they don't compromise the integrity of the cannon and stuff like
But
that.
we literally we picked up the CSS Savannah. The Army Corps of Engineers scooped it out of the Savannah River, trucked it to Texas A&M. They did that. While they were there, they decided that they weren't going to restore it anymore. So we loaded it into a 40 high cube container, shipped it back. They took it out on a barge and dropped it back in the river inside the container.
Really?
Oh, no kidding.
Wow.
So that if they ever decide, in the future, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and restore this, instead of having to try to dredge all the stuff off the bottom of the river, it's in a container, so they can just go grab it.
So all that money that was spent just to drop it back in the river, all that time and energy and money, that's just wow. That's crazy.
I did a load out in New Jersey. This was, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and it was for all intents and purposes, it looked just like just a machine, and then it had like 8 barrels of the startup fluid part.
Right.
Whatever, and so I pick it up and I truck it all the way out to California, up north of Bakersfield, and I get over there to I go north on 99, and I get pulled in. A DOT guy pulls in behind me at night and pulls me into the rest area. We go through all that, and then I leave there and I go up the road about 20 minutes, and I pull up to this gate, this big gate, and there's military armed, guys with MPs there and stuff, and they're like, "Who are you?" Yada yada yada, and they're like, "Oh, okay, when you pull through the gate, you don't get out of your truck.
Right.
For any reason, you do not get out of your truck."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, no problem. But how am I gonna unchain and unstrap? We'll do it for you. You don't get out of your truck. So I pull up in there, pull between the buildings, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching the ants go back and forth between these warehouses, and I'm looking and seeing what they're going across each warehouse, and they were wings.
Mm-hmm.
They were wings for something.
Right.
And they came out, and I kicked the door open, and he said, "You can have the door open, but don't you step out of that truck." It was like, I ain't stepping out. Them guys got guns. But to this day, I still don't know what the hell I was hauling.
Yeah, we had a the craziest thing that we ever had was asked to bring. This is, God, when was this? This was like mid 2000s, I think it was. We were asked to bring one of our straight trucks, one of our expediter straight trucks, and a tractor trailer. Both had to have teams.
What
In
happened?
Texas, bump a dock. We were not told what the cargo was. It was just a blank warehouse, and each truck. He can't hear.
Oh, it's your thing again. We had that problem last time. Spencer.
Hook up to something.
He's jumping out, coming back in, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just died on him, didn't it?
Well, I was thinking about what you were saying. And I just came up in my mind. I used to move these journals long time ago for a major printing company.
Right.
We had to put it on a flatbed, and we had to make A-frames, and the spindles on each side where the journal spun, they couldn't just sit there on the angle iron brace at the front of the flatbed and the rear. So they were trying to figure it out, and I said, you know what would work? Because I mean, I saw this stuff, and I saw like the spindles were like this big on the side, and I said,
Right.
why don't we cut up a used tire and then put them in there and lay the journal in the rubber in these A-frames on the thing, and then we can tie the thing down. And it worked out well, but we had to get cranes and everything to pull this thing out.
Yeah.
The weight on it was unbelievable. That was a long time ago. It was like 07, 08. I did that kind of stuff. But it worked out because once those spindles, the end of the journals, they get scraped up or whatever, and there's like rings and stuff that go in, multiple ones, it's screwed up. So I was kind of innovative back then because never moved it before, and I think it was Mercer Flatbeds out of PA, if I remember Mercer. I think it was. They never moved it before, and I was like, okay, let's figure this out. And that's what we did. Cut up tires and put it at the end of each journal, and let it sit there in like a basket, But it worked well.
Yeah, when we did this, so we had a team straight truck and a team tractor trailer, bump this dock. Each dock was loaded with standard, 48-inch, square skid. And each skid, it had a crate on it, right? It was a crate, probably, I don't know, 36 by 36, something like that. Maybe 8 inches tall. Nothing big. Nothing really heavy. It was kind of wild. So each truck was told to drive about like the period of like 2.5 to 3 days. I think it was like 3 days. Just go to Arizona from Texas, whatever, drive around, come back, get sleep, whatever, but they wanted teams because the intent was like keep driving nonstop type thing, except for fuel or whatever, but so they were asked to come back, bump the dock, forklifts go on the trucks, pull both skids off. And so the team driver, the wife that was driving the straight truck, asked the folks, like, what were we hauling that was just like, this is like a mysterious load that we've never, this is kind of, we're anxious to see what this was, what we had in the truck. The tractor had nothing. The skid was, the box was empty. The straight truck had the product on it. But it was a round block of cheese. They just wanted to see how it rode in the truck to see for stability purposes. I'm like, all of that secrecy for a block of cheese. Okay? That just was insane.
Was it a block of cheese back when Jeff was a kid, or what?
No, I mean it's just something that
You're not too far behind me, JR. Come on now.
I don't know if
Jesus.
it was like it was obviously it was a very long aged cheese, I guess.
Like I
I don't
said,
even-
back when Jeff would, like I said,
Yeah, I don't even know what
Jeff
kind of
was-
cheese it was, but they wanted it to ride as far as just to see. I don't just to build. I don't know how old it was. I can't remember because that was like I said, like mid 2000s or whatever. But I always remember that. Just like that has got to be one of the most insane loads we've ever hauled. It's just like
they
holy
do that.
crap.
They do that stuff. You'd be surprised how many times we've done a single load and it's a test load, so
Yeah.
that they can see how, so that they can see how it rides and if it needs to be tarped and if
Right.
it's they're getting ready for some big project and they're like, okay, we want to ship this to them,
Right.
but we need you here to make
Mhm.
sure that it's tied down right.
Right.
Go through the tie down process so we know what to tell other trucks.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just it
It's
blows.
crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So
So
we'll have
Go
to continue this next Thursday. Maybe get people sending us their comments of some of the craziest stuff they've ever hauled. I'd like to hear some of the some of the oddball things that people have hauled out there.
yeah, that's a
You
good
know.
that's actually a good idea.
I mean, because
Yeah.
you would be surprised on what trucking companies, truckers, what they've had on their truck. Like
We'll
know,
get some weird
dead bodies or body parts or just I don't just whatever. I mean, I'd like to hear some of the comments. I mean, you can actually send some of the comments to admin@roaddogcoffee.com, but if you want to put it on the air next Thursday, but or like I said, just send in your comments. We'll post them up there. But I'd like to hear like what are some of the craziest things you've hauled that just really stand out, But with that, I know Pedro's got a hot date here coming up, and he's got to jump off here, and we need to wind down, I guess. But
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
go because I gotta go to
Hey,
work.
Pedro, real quick. I
you
got
need
to
to
jump.
walk around the truck stop and show off that
18th.
T-shirt.
I replied to you, Jeff.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did? Okay, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I
Oh.
replied to you. Yeah.
I just got real quick, Pedro. Since you're the only broker left on here.
I'll see you guys
Oh.
next week, man.
Later, Jeff.
All right.
All right,
Later,
adios.
Jeff. So we've been hauling this stuff out of Shreveport up to Kansas City for a data center, and Brett just called me and he said I just called to get Ducky one of those loads, and Evans, who we've been hauling it for. We've been hauling it for $3,700 up to Kansas City, and they dropped it. He said, Brett said he told me he could give me 28 this week for it. It's like, no, we've been hauling it for 35 to 37 since you started it, and now you want
Wow.
to try to do that? I don't think so. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm finicky. I'm weird on that thing. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. As a carrier, I'm with you. I would stand my ground on it. You know what I mean? Especially if that's the price that you need to be at. You should never go lower than what you need to be at. But I will tell you, obviously, you probably know this too, Spencer and JR, but man, like as a broker, like I literally on the show just got a message from a fucking customer who said, "Hey man, corporate's wanting us to cut back on a few things, including hours and rates for lanes that we've been running. I've been running this one lane for them for like $1,950, I think is what I've been doing it." And he's like, man, they're saying they need to be at like 17. I was like, dude, man, the fucking lane rate to the carrier right now is 1,800. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, hey, I'm just delivering the news, blah blah. I was like, okay, well, cool. I'm not gonna be able to get that fucking booked. Like, I've been booking it for 1,800 for the past whatever. Like, so anyway, I say that's because, man, like customers sometimes do that. Sometimes it is a broker being a cheap SOB and stuff. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's a pretty big drop. That's a pretty big drop, bro.
in a
That's
week.
a pretty big drop. Yeah,
In
that's
a
a pretty
week,
big drop.
But
Yeah.
you might find somebody that that'll run it. This one, I mean, there's carriers and drivers out there that would do it for that a little bit cheaper, just because it fits in their, you know.
The lane goes to Florida, dude. The guy I've got doing it right now lives in Florida.
So
And
it makes sense
yeah,
for him.
yeah, and it's deep. It's deep, man. It's not like we're talking about Jacksonville, Tallahassee,
It's
something
down
like
in
that.
there.
It is deep into Florida. So, like, I'm not upset. Like, dude, I get it. Freight sucks, or
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean,
but it's
you
like,
just got to do some homework and do some research, but you might find somebody that'll do it.
I'm sure
business
I
coming
could.
in,
I'm
you
just
know.
making. I mean, maybe I was being a little, too much with it. But you get what I'm saying, man. Sometimes it's
we've had that
it's
happen
like
before. And
shit out
it's
of your
just-
control.
Yeah, it just kind of comes down to me. If you get another business from them or whatever, kind of like take your lumps and stuff like that. But if you're
Oh.
not, then
No, I
just-
do get other business from them, but
Yeah.
I've said this a million times before, and I'll say it again. I don't lose money for my customers. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not going to do that.
No, you
Why?
shouldn't
Why?
have to.
Why should you expect me to lose money for your product? And people say, "Oh, that's just the cost of doing business." So someone walks into your car store and you have a car for 50 grand and you have 45 into it, and they say, "I give you 40." What, you're going to do it just because they're a customer? That makes no sense to me.
No,
And
you can't do
people
that.
hate me when I say that, but I don't.
You
I'm not
can't
going to
do
lose
that. You
money
can't
for
do
you.
bad
I'm in the
business.
business to make
Right.
money. I'm in the
Right.
business to make money just like you are. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And if we can't meet, that's fine. I'm not mad at you. You have your price point. I have my price point.
Right.
And I feel as business professionals, we should understand that. I'm not going to devalue myself because, whatever your thing is. I'm sorry. If this is what the cost is, this is what the cost is. I have customers tell me all the time, can you go lower? No. Well, why not? Because that's my price. Don't ask me to bid it and then ask me to go lower. That's my price. That's what it is. You
Right.
can do it or you can't.
Yep.
Yeah, true that.
I mean, again, that sounds dickish, man. I have people, my boss tells me, "Oh man, that's not the way to do it." Well, I'm sorry, bro. Do you work for free? Do you want to work for free? I don't want to work for free. We got people to pay. We got bills to pay,
There's
man.
a time and a place for it. It just depends on the situation. But if you're,
I mean, situational,
break
you'd have
even.
to be giving me a lot of freight for me to lose money for you. A lot of freight. And even then, I still don't feel it's right. I do not feel that it is right that I should lose.
Well,
I don't know. That's
here's
just
the
not
thing.
me. I don't think like that. I don't think like that. I
Right.
just don't. I don't give a shit if you give me 500 loads a week. I don't think it's fair for you to ask me to lose money because we do business together. That I wouldn't ask you that. You know what I mean? And then it's a two-way street. I've had carriers, customers that come and say, "Hey man, I need $2,000 to do this. This is what I got. I can't get it done for any less. Oh man, hey, I can only be at 1,900. Well, all right, dude, I understand that. I mean, I personally cannot get it done for that. They
Right.
have other options. They'll get, just like you just told me, Spencer, they'll find someone to move it for that price.
Yeah.
And again, that's not me being rude. That's just, hey,
No,
you
I
have
mean,
to
it's
set,
just- it's
you have
just
to
the
set
nature of the
boundaries,
beast.
man.
That's the game. And I mean, there's somebody that'll do it just because they want that lane. Maybe they
Yeah.
live in Florida
True.
or whatever, and it just makes sense for them. Get some
All right.
homework.
Hey guys, I got a
there's
bolt.
guys out
I got to get in here and
So-
spend.
Later, buddy. We're getting off here now.
Right.
Hey, I need to call you
See you,
later,
bro.
JR, so we can talk about break bulk. I need to
roll
call you a
roll
little
that
bit.
footage.
All right.
All right.
Peace
Cool.
out, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody be well.
I got your advertising over here, Spencer.
I appreciate you.
Later,
All right.
brother. All right.
Later, brother.
Before we go, updates. First, thanks everyone for joining us again. JR, you can hop out, bro. Don't worry about having to stay
Yeah.
around, man.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Another wonderful episode of Road Dog Coffee Podcast. Make sure I go over to roaddogcoffee.com and grab yourself a bunch of different kinds of coffee. Go to Road Dog. Thank you, Road Dog Cigar Company, and get yourself some nice little cigars to go with your coffee there. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, tomorrow, Freestyle Friday tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central, 5 Eastern. It's going to hang out for a little bit. Was supposed to do a freestyle last week to celebrate the Logistics Lounge's 3rd birthday, but I decided last moment I didn't want to. So we're going to hang out this Friday, chill out, have a good time, spend an hour or so together. And yes, that's it. And I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
Hope everyone has a great weekend.
Great weekends. Stay hydrated.
That's it.
Yeah.
Here comes that beautiful bean footage.
Later, guys.
Later.
Right.